Gewollt wellen sein a businessman.
Und wieso machst du die Geld von dem?
You have to have some fails. I had plenty of fails in my life.
I voted for the new one.
Ich rief mich, weg sich auf.
Welche Age bist du geworden, du weißt nicht gut wegen dich?
At that moment, I said, I'm going to build a multi-billion-dollar company.
Wusste ich, wenn dein erster Job das geht noch der Gassene?
Ich bin auf bis 3 sagen, für jede Nacht straight. Ich gehe nicht auf vacation.
Man hat einfach machen Mike, so wie Trump hat verloren in Twitter, was soll jetzt stehen?
I felt immediately everything dropped. Verstehe, du hat? Ich gehe an dort morgen.
Kein Blau hat Haser. If hat Haser in der Gegend der Flakewood, in Arim, von Menschen, was wollen kaufen Haser, you know, you can get you the best deal, und Menschen, was wollen verkaufen Haser, können auch bekommen the best deal, das meint bekommen wie mehr, right? Und nachdem, ist du Menschen, was haben contracts von Verkäufen und Käufen, und sie fallen dadurch, because the Menschen, was nehmen care, the agents are nicht experienced. Kein Blau als experience, can secure in the contract.
In andere Werte, you think of a house, think Chaim Blau.
And if you want to know a little more, we actually interviewed him on the podcast a couple episodes back. Check it out.
Well, if einer will supporten the podcast, se du an neue Button, was noch zugelegt into jede Video, was heißt Support Comments. Mir bekommt es mal 3000 Subscribers.
Also Goyim, einer like dann etwas Geld?
Also Goyim?
Ja,
Ja, so,
Wer hat Geld?
if anyone will supporten the podcast, the cause, kann man supporten, dadurch legen ein Support Comment und sie gehen mir appreciaten jede Donation. Jetzt haben wir nun die Episode, und haben wir du.
Rap Joel Wall. Also er rief mich in
So
Jiddisch.
Joel Wallhandler, Joel
In Jiddisch
Wall.
rief mich Rap Joel, for some reason.
Rap Joel?
Ja, sag jeder rief mich Rap Joel.
Vater, ich sagen, wo das ist, just
Some
tell
background.
me a little bit,
Ja.
wer bist du?
Sachen, was du
Ich
willst,
komme von Seagate, Brooklyn.
Okay.
Ich bin gegangen in Babbe Vecheider.
Okay.
Ich bin mein Gehirige Babbe Vechusset. And it's not so interesting. It's not so interesting. I find introductions and podcasts are very boring.
Lass mal dir sagen eine Sache. Ein Mensch will wissen, von der nächsten Schuh gehe ich aushören, der Mensch. Ich will wissen, wer er ist.
Wer bist du? Von wie kommst du?
Exactly.
So that's my background. And I lived in Canada, and then I moved back here. Ich ging in Brooklyn, in Seagate, noch einmal in Seagate. Dort haben wir gemoved kann Toms River, Lakewood area.
Okay, und das... Wusste ich, wenn dein erster Job das geht noch der Gassene?
I didn't want to be an entrepreneur. You know, a lot of entrepreneurs, they say, oh, since I'm 10, I was selling lemonade. Ich habe nicht verkauft lemonade. Ich habe gut nicht verkauft. Ich habe gewollt wellen sein a businessman. Verstehst? Ja.
Okay.
Ich habe gewollt wellen lernen. Selbe Sache. Ich habe gewollt wellen, but I never really applied myself. When I was 19, habe ich umgegangen my business. Ich habe angebringt von China, ich bringe Ski, ich bringe Neckties. Umgegangen mit Neckties, was wir sagen, gering zu bringen, Neckties. Man Tate hat China Connections, hat mir ein bisschen geholfen.
Du musst gesehen, als einer, was geht mit der Nektar mit so einem Schief.
Warte. In ein bisschen mit Hemder, did men's clothing, imported, verkauft. Ich habe keine Ahnung, was ich tue, but whatever, I built a little business. Efter für Jurzeit,
Das wäre Fahrnachgassen noch?
Fahrengassen, ich habe gemanagt, ich habe Clothing Store, ich hatte ein Stickel Shitfish, und sie geworden all Shitfish, sie geworden ein Manager, 6 geduschen, ich habe Gassen gehabt, und I moved out, so that was that. I moved to Canada, so I got the opportunity to go to Buffalo, New York. Back then, the Chassidim sind gegangen in Mass, wir gingen in Buffalo, gedenkst?
Ich ging zu ziehen.
Nein, sie gingen kaufen Hase. Auf dem Weg
Oh,
zu
mit dem
ziehen.
Vestet, ja.
Yeah. So I had an opportunity to go there. I had family that was investing. Die ist gegangen. Okay, bin ich gegangen.
Okay.
I moved to Toronto. And I drove in every day. I managed real estate. Ich habe jetzt getroffen einem. I know you. You sold me a house in Buffalo 20 years ago.
That house has a leak.
Ja. Na, he kept his real estate, gemacht Geld. We left and gunisht. So gegangen, so rausgegangen. He made money. He still has properties there. But yeah, that's where I was. And then I went to Montreal. And I got into a family business. And I managed Canada. I sold products. Nicht interessant. Ich nicht reden wegen Zisach.
Okay.
I sold just plastic products, other things. And that was my business.
Kimme uns wie du bist umgekommen zu wo die Test haben, weil ich auch noch keine Ahnung wo die Test.
When I moved back here, I got into a couple of different product businesses. In beide 7, 8 Jahre zurück, alle product businesses sind geworden on Amazon. If you sold products, you ended up selling on Amazon. So, war angefangen on Amazon. Got a bride, was ich gehad. Baruch Hashem, lebt fein wohl. I was working with my brother. Got a company, was herangerickt in a it's an industry, but big Amazon. And one of the things that I was doing, I decided to look into Visa McKemma Vox and Amazon business. Okay, Amazon. How do you make it big? One of the things Amazon was just starting to roll out was ads. Like Google Ads. Hoe am spielen mit Amazon PPC, pay-per-click advertising. Gehst du auf Amazon, siehst das Product, siehst du sponsored. Kennst du von der Jane sponsored, das sag mal, jetzt weiß schon, was du mit eurem pinklich, which product is sponsored, which is an ad. And ich habe mir gemitcht, erste Mal in meinem Leben, really, that I really started to study something, to learn it and to know it well. And ich habe gesagt, weißt du, als Rabbi Kiva gesagt,
Epiphany.
Ja, wie sagt man Epiphany in Yiddish?
In Yiddish, exactly.
Now it's on you. How do you say
Weiß zeggen,
Was macht Epiphany?
Like what he said.
Sagen wir das mal bei Jiddisch.
Also Rabbi Kiva Eiger is Jewish.
Ich habe
Forgot that moment.
Aanval.
Nicht ein Anfall,
No,
es ist mehr wie
like,
ein Anfall.
Enlightenment.
We waren gut overgekleed, über Nacht. It opened up my eyes, and I started working with things, and the numbers was going to wie Michigan. And when I saw that, I gewusst, aha, do lichtapes, do the gold. And I started going to conferences, and I heard all them red, the big speakers. I went to a conference, I remember the first conference, I mean, Rav Goyim, and I see them in the back, Stein, Schmiesen. And their head of, they did, it was an Amazon conference with PPC. They were an agency that manages your PPC, manages your ads. If you're an Amazon seller, they manage your ads. And ik zei the Indian daten, because he's techie Indian, he's their CTO, the Chief Technology Officer. Ja, had ik geen ahnung was redt. En ik zoek voor de sellers, ik ken deze zaak besser. I'm doing this now for myself. Okay, why don't you do it for me? Sure, look after that agency. So I got a few clients. I left my family and this business or whatever, everything I was doing, and I'm a PPC agency, mostly with the Mahamish Oilim. And with time, I got bigger, some international companies, some big brands, and that's what I did. That was my business.
Was meint PPC?
Pay per click. Lass uns mal sagen. I'm going to spend a minute drauf. Ich verkaufe a pen.
Ja.
Die willst kaufen a pen. Ich habe ein ganzes Dashboard, ich verkaufe auf Amazon. Amazon gibt mir ein ganze Computer Dashboard. Ich lege an die Item, ich lege an die Description. Doch dann habe ich ein Ad Dashboard. So ich kann sagen, ich kann gehen also, die siehst a Black Pen. Ich weiß nicht pinklich, wo du siehst, aber ich weiß, du siehst heute a Black Pen.
Weil ich habe reingeschrieben,
Nein, noch nicht. Nein, ich weiß, dass der, was will kaufen, der Pen, sieht a Ballpoint Black Pen. Black Pen, multi-pack, medium mit der Clip. Schau. So then I write these few words. Ich weiß noch gut nicht, aber ich weiß beter. Schreibe ich es an mein System. Die guys, und ich sage, I'm ready to pay 50 cents every time someone clicks. Das ist kaufen. Die likes dann an das Wort Black Pen. Deze kommt darauf, as an ad, you click on it, I pay. Das ist klar, das wissen, wenn die Geist auf Amazon, tun wir nicht klicken auf die ad. Als Sachiden, kostet das Sachgeld für jeden.
If you scroll down another 4 products, you see the product again.
Exactly. So that's pay-per-click advertising, which means and then bekomme ich die Data, weiß ich besser, was du siehst. Next time siehst du schon von meinem Brand. So von meinem Brand, ich noch zu 10 Cent, weil ich weiß, dass du siehst es anyways. So, so ganz avoid this. And then there's all kinds of different ads, and now they have off Amazon, on Amazon. Okay, so this is the subject.
Basically, instead von so gehen organically, so sichern etwas darauf kommen, will ich als Tom, sie ist die specific Sache, soll ich können machen das Geld right away, und ich soll sagen, die was macht das Sale. So, the Weg ist, die bist gut nicht, die wirst umkommen zu werden größer auf Amazon.
Exactly. You sell a pen, there's 1,000 other listings before you, right? 20 per page. Die bist jetzt auf Page 100, ich bin auf Page 100. Darf ich kommen to the top from page 1. Weil wenn die sich pen, dann gehst du nicht gerne auf 100 pages. Du wirst gerne auf der erste Page. That's what it is, and it's the same like Google.
Wieso kommst du nun zu der ersten Page?
Ich offer zu zahlen 50 Cent, $1, $2, jede Mal die sich der schwarze Pen.
So Amazon wants that money.
Gotcha.
Amazon's going to go and say, it's going to put it to the
So this works on Google and everything else works the same way. YouTube ads, alles
Exactly. Einer was hat a YouTube-Channel, wo bekommen Menschen, in so haben sie gerade nicht getan, but wo es bekommen Viewers, likes da an, als einer, wo sich Muschel, wie soll zu verkaufen auf PPC auf Amazon, ja? So wenn likes da an, kommt er auf the result right away.
Okay.
That's boring, ich muss geben. Everything is boring till now.
Right.
Ich nicht du kann machen exciting, by the way.
Nein?
It's your fault. This been invited. I don't even know what I'm doing.
And
This,
then
you
we
invited
can
me.
schmissen.
Okay, let me tell you what happened. Something very interesting happened. I think I learned from it. Maybe other people can learn from it also. Ich kann nicht
Was die
lernen.
Geister sagen in Jiddisch.
Ja, warte. So, wenn ich umgehe in der Agency, aber bis jetzt, aber ich verkaufe Products. Hungry from a buyer, would you like, this is Joel, dann zum Beispiel Joel, ich meine in Montreal, Französisch, Joel. I have products, you want to buy it? Ich will nicht schon von da reingehen, it's stupid. $1, $2, no? Okay, $1.50, okay, sold. I never sold myself. I never told people, ich habe nicht gesagt für keinem, von wo sollst du kaufen für mich? Jetzt verkaufe ich a Service. Muss ich sein Masbezahn, du dealst mit mir, ich bin knowledgeable, ich bin auf bis 3 sagen, für jede Nacht straight. Ich gehe nicht auf Vacation. Ich gehe mit einer Move, von du bis von Brooklyn zu Lakewood. Construction, man sitzt in the car mit a laptop auf a hotspot, jede Mal, just working. So, aber ich kenne Masbezahn von Menschen, the first time in my life, ich kenne Masbezahn, dustier, I'm dedicated, I'm honest, I care about your money. Ich habe gemanagt millions and millions, not at the beginning, but as I went on, I begon to manage millions and millions of dollars per chodesh and spend for sellers. Ich denk ein Seller bin ich gegangen visiten auf a meeting, the zweite chodesh. So nur was, I never went to meetings. He wanted to meet me. I kicked off a paper, wie help me do, okay, no. So ich I saved you $100,000 the first month. Gesaved from spend. I spent $200,000 chodesh for them. I came on, I saved them $100,000. So big numbers, and I was able to explain to people, I care about your money. This ich my business. Everything that in English I can explain it better maybe.
Yeah.
But everything about me, my dedication, my drive, my passion, I can't masbezahn for the first time in my life. So, ich gesagt am Masse, ich gesagt ein bisschen davon. I went in Canada. I got that deal with a supermarket distributor. They put into hundreds of supermarkets across Canada on one of my products. And I'm coming to say the next year for the next season. We got a meeting. We got a ganze presentation. The product line was got Kimmin, pricing, packing, everything. Soft meeting. These were very successful guys. I mean, a fine, successful going. Come on, Yiddish goyim. I got kleine Hände, golfing on Sundays. And zij kijken me gewoon, dus 3-4 geberen, zeggen, einer sagt mir, Joel, tell me about you. Darf ich mir? I sage, I was into sports. I'm not into sports. When ich treffe ein Goy, ich meine, whatever, ich habe es reden, these days especially, but back then, what am I saying? Nicht, weil ich meine, ich sage, chassidische man, nothing to do with that. I have a business selling junk, was to wissen, So I said, into this, into that. I felt immediately everything dropped. They didn't order for me, sie gegangen, that was it, it was kaputt. Aber noch ein Month später, when I started selling my services, how important it is, jetzt verkaufe ich nicht mein Product, ich verkaufe mich allein. And that was my, so ich habe posten, ich habe engaged in andere groups. So I a Telegram group.
So vader gehst daran zu
Ja.
der Telegram Group. Welche Age bist du geworden, du weißt nicht gut nicht wegen dich?
Wow, what a way to put it.
I would say in my mid-30s.
In the mid-30s.
Yeah.
Und bis damals hast du kaum nicht getracht wegen...
No, early 30s. Okay, early 30s is when I got really excited, before Amazon. But when I got excited wegen life, I got woken up. Got to wake up. Got very excited about being successful. It took me a few years to find myself, but mid-30s, I really started understanding myself. Hey, bro, I'm still about the Zibitzen.
Wenn es die das erste Mal gesehen, gibt Geld von was die es getan damals?
Ich kann sagen, damals ist von mir geht Geld gewesen. The first $500, because ich habe getan etwas allein, nicht verkauft etwas, ich habe getan etwas allein, also wie ein Singer. Ich ging singen, und geworden gezahlt. Die kennst du von den Singers, ja?
Ich verstehe, was
So that was my first, and then
Als du verkauft kein Produkt,
no,
als verkauft dich.
yeah.
Back to the Telegram group, you were saying that you started posting.
Yeah, I started getting in, you can't that subject matter. Oh, so it wasn't such an aha moment wie ich mache $1 million yet. I started making money from myself, from my own work. And then big brands came. I had some very big brands that I managed. And I saw Chassidische accounts that did millions and millions of dollars. So I was in business. I started posting in Telegram group because I had knowledge I wanted to share. And then I went on LinkedIn. It started about 6 years ago. It started becoming less a resume. Ich habe schon LinkedIn was 18 Jahre. Ich habe schon nicht 2 Jahre.
It exists for 18 years.
Yeah.
LinkedIn
I
had
joined 2 years ago.
LinkedIn had gegeven in 2003.
So sorry. No, not 8. Maybe 12 years that I was on there. And a few years jede Woche gedacht a buyer, a seller, a salesman, we gaan overgegangen, schickt a message and dann muss es gearbeitet noch.
Right.
Nachdem ist es geworden geherig social. Es war mehr und mehr. And ich ging posten, ich bin ein bisschen in Real Estate gerade. So ich posten wegen Real Estate. Nachdem ich posten wegen Amazon, Pictures, ich got an iClient, deal closed. And I started getting a lot of attention. And I started doing more and more and more. I was from the top 2 Amazon people probably. Ich weiß nicht, wer der andere, but ich fand schon in the top. But
Ich denke damals, LinkedIn gewinnt eine kleine community. And
it wasn't so small, but the content creator community, the community was
creator community.
Yeah, it was pretty small. Yeah, we all knew each other. It was very content creators. But I started becoming really good at it. Was arbeit nicht, and I had the perfect balance. Content creators, a lot of them they just market themselves, and then they have a business of marketing, right?
Yeah.
So they're very good at marketing themselves, and then videos I ganze Tag, and I'm like, hey, is it Chilu? I can do your marketing. Look how good I am. I get 100,000 views a day. So most content creators do something in marketing, and I did it for my Amazon. And so the videos were cool, very good, but ich habe gedacht leads. So then I started doing events. By events, and I started creating my own events, Amazon events. Ich habe gemacht LinkedIn, ich habe gemacht the größte LinkedIn event, 2, one after the other, 1 year after the other. Before that, all the LinkedIn events in kleine gedrasig geveren in Milwaukee, other in Boston. I got invited to LinkedIn when they launched their event feature. They started event features, but they invited me to their parties in the Empire State Building. En gewoon komt dat dus drastig hebben we ook met hem geeks. Gewoon is still the worst party ever.
So this created the event met LinkedIn geveren, actual LinkedIn
yeah, so
people?
actually in the eerste event haben sie gehad full LinkedIn support. So haben wir auch geschickt als Speaker, ausgeteilt Premium Memberships. And ich sag mal so nicht kein business, but a whole new wie sagt man?
Perspective.
Platform.
Well, that wasn't it just gave me something new. Maybe a perspective as, wow, like events, and I was really good at it. I understood what brings people together, and I understood how to make it productive. Wie macht man actually business? How do you take socially and turn it into business? I used to hate on the social influencers, look at me. Because tachlis, tachlis, what are you going to do? So, the zweite LinkedIn Sach, the Tug Nachdem was international. We had people from all over the world, over 1,000 people. The day after, I got banned. But I was from yeshiva. Because I didn't say, was lachst?
Second time. No, 15th time. Okay.
It's 15.
You're used to this. Basically, you're used to it.
4 yeshivas.
So 4 weinig Bier.
LinkedIn gewinnt een literature yeshiva.
The Rosh Yeshiva.
Yeah, go ahead, Shishi.
Okay,
I'm
so
still enrolled.
So I took später, was
I took später, we got suspended. And
Van was?
Some gewiss von was. Man hat getracht, einer ist jealous gemacht. Some got keine Ahnung. Finally, we got in touch with them. They said we use their trademark. And come with LinkedIn meetups. They allow the 4 of us right now to make a LinkedIn meetup and use their logo. Ich habe getauscht, I make global instead of LinkedIn meetup, LinkedIn global. So someone...
Yeah, but nicht gewähnt durch LinkedIn, sie haben nicht
Nicht der zweite Mal, nein, das ist der erste Mal.
And why, für was hast du nicht gemacht, der zweite zusammen mit der?
There was no one to talk to.
Ich geworden eine größere
Ich meine, I think at that time they were bought out by Microsoft.
Oh.
Man gaat einer von meinen Organizers is of the board von Apple, for a bunch of große companies. Ayid, Heimashid, and we got on a call with them. It's schon angerät, als man soll machen a committee, in soll sein the committee, da man soll können machen große events. And instead of unbanning us, they should make us the committee, magret mit lawyers. But kids, they put us back right away. But hier got that ban of man.
A tag erige band.
And that was that.
Okay, en a paar geduschen später.
Chaim Blau. I'm sorry. A paar geduschen später. No, it wasn't a few months later. It was Corona in July. I'll be post a video from Bill Gates. It's been a viral video in 2015. I'll take it wegen pandemics. So, pandemics are coming.
Yeah.
Maar dat is het Zigaretten. So ich denke an Paranoid Sachen. Wenn I echt a video.
A TED Talk.
Was? A TED Talk, yeah, it was on TED. It was a couple of weeks later. Ich kann nicht an meinen Account. What happened? Finally, we're permanently banned. Ich bin banned einmal. Jetzt bist du banned, bist permanently banned. Weil ich als gepostet a Bill Gates video. What's the problem? No, there was a conspiracy there. Basically, mamish unhype when Twitter, they all started banning. Facebook, it was a little before even. Fama gebanned Trump.
Wenn man gebanned Trump, demnus hast du gefühlt, like, okay, noch einer.
Ich gesagt für die Eulem Demos, I said, if they ban me now, they're banning everyone. Zat Demos, they banned already thousands of people, big people with big networks, millions of followers banned, daarop gegangen. So that's what happened.
Right after that came as a whole group of people that were supporting you.
Yes.
I remember. It was a
Gemacht the größte
hashtag.
wave.
What was
Free
that?
Joel? Or?
Free Joel.
Yeah.
Free Joel Wall.
Yeah.
Free Palestine?
Absolutely.
He was in LinkedIn jail and I don't know how it was the only thing I saw over there on LinkedIn for months.
Ja, jeder eine.
Maar gemacht dat knack, but it didn't, that suspended permanently. Anyways, that's what happened. To me, it was a big shock. I was getting 6-7 million views a month on my content. I became wiffel leads gewollt. I wanted to organize a startup, a Pinchus Cup a year before. I'm getting into the startup world a little bit. I started a podcast. And I'm going to met tech guys, met entrepreneurs, met große CEOs. Fundraising. I got started getting Israeli startups. I started getting interested in that. I said, okay, let's do a startup meetup. We did one in Miami. We did one in New York. I got access. Anything I wanted, the next day I had it, you know. So this is going to be a shock. Ich verloren alles. Mein ganzer Business ist gewesen auf LinkedIn. Alle meine Contacts, alles ist gewesen dort.
Und das nicht gehabt, kann Menschen, was haben da gebackt?
Back wie soll?
Noch einmal, Menschen haben gewusst von dir.
It didn't matter. This is Microsoft.
Het is gehaald zijn mic te redden, maar het heeft macht zijn mic. Zo wie Trump had verloren in Twitter.
Ich lass dich aus dem Mic. Man lässt dich singen. Was ist das? Schreien? Du kannst nicht singen.
So, du bist gewinn verloren.
Ich bin ganz verloren. Ich war bei 12 Schuhe. That's it.
You did what?
12 hours later, I made a plan. I was like, okay, listen. Ich habe machen Meetings, ich habe machen Podcasts, ich nehme eine Ad jede Woche in Ami Mishpacha, ich gehe zu der jüdische Market. Ich kijk ich weiß, alle Redens, die ich kann nehmen. Sachakel, they got a little attention. They go to a Pesach hotel, but they're the top of the industry. Jedi Yid Kenzai. I'm going to do the same thing. I'll become a Jewish influencer. And a few days later, and this I was planning for a few days, ich muss ein größer Plan. Ich habe nicht kein Paper auch nicht. Jetzt du nehmen kein Paper. Ich glaube, ich habe kein Paper.
Frau Pushes, weil du bist geworden out of business, oder?
Na, gewinn.
Ich habe verloren.
Du bist gewinn, aber bloß
45 million followers. Gaat zurück.
Ik ben nog gewoon eens 45 million followers.
Gaat zurück. Das ist schön.
So, dies war schlossen, als die Geist approachen a zweite Klientel oder a zweite...
Das zweite Mahalig. Ich hatte geen ganz andere social media.
Ja.
I didn't want to. I wasn't on social media. LinkedIn is more business. It was the more kosher than anything else, than any other social media.
Probably the safest one.
Yet, it's a ein bisschen weniger mal, letzte 2 Jahre. Das hat mich rausgeworfen. Point is that I couldn't do that. I couldn't go anywhere. I said, I'm going to make a print. I'm going to be a print influencer. I'm going to ads, geschraben, columns. And I'm going to pick up customers that way. Jiddische market.
Okay.
Jiddische market, darf ich an, zieh schwer. Ich habe gemacht einen Podcast, ich bin der größte jiddische Podcast.
Exactly.
So, Taka, I mean, by the way, I had a podcast 3 years ago. It's about Kimmel listeners. You guys have crazy...
Weiß was?
Fellas.
Thank you.
Kusche.
Amos.
Ja.
Was ist Kusche?
Amos.
Menschen siegen jiddisch Entertainment.
Jiddisch Kusche Entertainment.
Bist gewonnen den ganzen zerbrochen.
Ja.
Weil du bist gewähnt,
Ja.
Alagova, and all of a sudden, in 1 second, dass du sein...
Oh, exactly. That was part of it.
Und das nicht aufgegeben.
No.
Als beschlossen, die Geister an einer sagt, das allein zu schon inspirational for the listeners. Man geht nicht auf. Man darf gar weiter.
Never.
So, der Zeit, wusstest du getan?
And then one day
Was
what
du beschlossen?
happened?
So a couple days are going by. Ich habe a business, Baruch Hashem. This is my business. Ich habe my advertising.
Ja, ja.
So ich habe a shit that is a tech genius, computer engineer. So we're thinking of different things. Eine Sache, was ich so gesagt, I said, what if we started our own platform? So wie LinkedIn. When LinkedIn is, but we start something. Not to give me back my 45 million views. It's a joke, they're 45 million. but to just, this is going to happen to a lot of people. Let's start a new network. So, I have to kicken. I have with mention, and someone who I was talking to sends me a little build of a working platform. Let's do like, let's do comments, I can comment, a little thing, van angesigned, and I can show mamish like a social media platform. I said, wow, let's do off-the-shelf software, we can kaufen, you pay $300 a month, and you already have access, you can make your own social platform. Aha, okay, let's do it. So, I became gedropped. Because at that moment, I said, I'm going to build a multi-billion-dollar company, and I don't need random partners because he showed me how to do this. Partners, hold on. I go back to my partner in my Amazon business, who his job was, he came in 2 years later, his job, sein Job gewesen, to automate allemaal Arbeit. Ich got ladies in Lakewood, and it's a school with some, gesetzen auf computers, I'm gepulled spreadsheets. He told me, you're crazy. Let's automate it. It's a software designer, engineer.
Dat is een actual mensen, honestly.
Yeah. So I got to him. So we're discussing. So kijk on. So let's do it. Toen gaan bouwen. First we bought off the shelf. In wat is gejacked. Dat was dan moet zijn de hebben ook kaufen naar car, maar like daarof.
So je andere reden met andere.
We did that to this. Das soll ausgeht. Sie haben nicht verstanden, wie soll man es getan. Like we changed their platform, and ich mache a wait list. Ich mache 1000 Menschen the first push. I'm excited. Hebben was supporters, and hello. What happened? You were there?
No, I'm one of the first.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, fine. Yeah, you were number 33. English. No, but point is,
Man sagt nicht den Namen von Sweden, no, man sagt, was gemein nicht.
Weißt du, was der Mann? Einer trefft einen auf dem Gas und er sagt dann, hallo, ich muss dir sagen, der CD wird dies da rausgegeben. It's gorgeous. Ich dachte, oh, die hat uns gekauft.
Exactly.
Number 33.
But from nobody to get nobody. We popped something up, 1,000 people. Okay. After 8 Wochen später, we had people on the platform already posting. 4 Wochen noch mal rausgeworfen, habe ich schon geschrieben, hello everybody, my first post. Bekitzer, but we have a platform, and we're building a much more unique platform, Sachme business focus. In a lot of things happened to LinkedIn, Baruch Hashem, that they're very profitable. But as a platform for users, for small business people like you and me, small business guys, and we had an idea, we had a vision to make it work better for small business professionals. Davis versteht wie sie LinkedIn arbeitet. It's a social platform for business. So guys darauf dort post, likes darauf a post. Guys da message, Menschen sehen es. Guys da an the messaging. Kannst du organize a group. Verschiedenes, it's all focused.
Schmissen wegen deinem Business.
Schmissen wegen wo du bist. These days, mostly, videos wo someone's dog drowned in India, and there's a line mentioned, man schleppt raus the doggy. And they're watching, you see how many views? Millions of people are watching this video, and they work
fluff
as a they work at the biggest accounting. Who works where? IWC, YA, YW, the greatest accounting firms. They're all sitting and watching videos, and on the computer log steht, some gesetzen for 3 hours on networking, business, productivity, because they're categorized. Jede software is categorized. So
so dorten is du als eine Sache wie eine Ad?
There's a lot of ads on LinkedIn.
So durch die Ads macht man Geld?
Machen sie Sachgeld.
Machen
Billions. LinkedIn.
Ich rede von Dan.
I'm a guy.
Der kleine Baxel.
So the Baxel geworden, we developed a full-scale platform with an app. There was weißen bis von app, to build a proper app cost millions and millions of dollars. I became very friendly with the Parler CEO, so damals he came into the news mit Marozgeworfen Trump. Trump was going to come on to him. So Tina ganze Sache dorten. And he tells me, listen, you want to start something? I already started, but you want to go somewhere? It's going to cost you $5 million to build an app, just to build an app, to do what you want to do. Schein, I was like, listen, I'm Jewish, I'm from Brooklyn. It's going to cost me $500,000. It's not going to cost me $5 million. And that's what happened. So mit gebot a echte social business platform. And our idea is not to have just a feed, but to have echte business Sachen. The Mushel, and so it's gebooked a podcast, what's gebooked email, text, WhatsApp, Zoom, right? Everything should be on one platform. Als we getroffen daten, schick me een link, guy here, set a meeting, pay for it, right? I have to pay. Pay, processing, you buy stuff. Du wirst verkaufen da mai, kannst es verkaufen dort auf dem Platz, to the people you work with. And everything works together. Kannst organize an event. You can organize your contacts into a CRM, send them emails. Simplified. The oil and business chavros watchen, you use mostly using all kinds of software in the everyday business, even small business professionals. Small business professionals means anyone with a company with less than 500 employees. So that's not große companies. And they use MailChimp or Constant Contact. They use Fiverr or Upwork. Then it's an Eventbrite. Then it's an Zoho, ClickUp. Alle tools. So our idea is to build it all in one platform. So the guys darauf arbeiten. And die was incentivized by gives more points. Tom the support jenem, Tom the kaufst durch aim, Tom kauft durch dir gelat review. It's a business platform where you come on and you do everything you need to do for your business in one place.
Das alles existiert schon jetzt?
Nicht alles. The main platform, the community is there, the messaging, the groups, a lot of things are there. And we got Rosbaum. The next thing is events, CRM, so you can organize your contacts, email marketing.
Ich habe eine Question von Bizfluence. Es du ein Number, lebt mir jede meine mit das Icon. Was ist jede score?
This is a early beta. Beta meint buys. I love buys. Usually
Alpha, beta.
Right. So usually with platforms with technology, you start with officially alpha. Was mein hype to alpha.
Apple.
So wie der darf, hype to buys. Der was nicht darf das auch, der buys. Das selbe Gemüse. Not art scroll.
Nein.
So you start beta and you start.
Auf der ersten Page man geht alles geteilt. So ich kann nicht stehen.
Dort hype nun mit beta. You start early tool. You start with beta. So those numbers are for your score. Wie valuable bist du? Und das hat nicht wie viele Videos gepostet. Although it's part of the score, but the score geht da reingehen. Wie viele Transactions hast du gemacht? Wie viele Tools hast du genutzt? Wie viele neue Users hast du da reingebracht? Wie viele Menschen kennst du? Chavere ist da. How many people vouch for you? Noch kannst du redeem the points. Das kann redeem the points. T-shirts, hats, different things you can do now and in the future. Could be a currency. You can just nutzen to tools and services of the platform.
Wieso machst du Geld von dem?
Ich mache schon Geld. Es kostet mir noch Geld.
Like the podcast.
Okay. All right. No, is that service you want?
I mean, there's something that you have.
See, get service you want.
There's something that you have that LinkedIn doesn't have. There's categories.
Yeah. So one of the big problems, wie sie ganz machen Geld, is very simple. Jede Tool, wo du nutzt, das geht kosten $10, das geht dann free, das ist dann $15, und es alles Arbeit zusammen. So instead of using 15 tools and Login Sachen, ist ein Tool, wo du nutzt für alle Business. And we make money. Transactions, die hires dem, die Tools dem, es machen 7%.
Jede Sache, was gerade getan werden durch dem, Geist, die machen ein Percentage in the long run.
Also der Gabe, was nimmt der Quittler? So,
So what's the categories? What's the
categories is one of the main issues is you come on LinkedIn, die was connected, and anyone you're connected with, if they do an action, you see their action. So down feed, kick those out, schulend von heute bis Kirch. Unless you really know how to use it, you unfollow half the people. Stell dir vor, du wachst dann an der Mikve, ja?
LinkedIn.
In jede Schmies, was geil, jede Schmies, kommt es nach Attention. Du bist in jeder Schmies wegen Accidents, wegen Traffic, wegen Insurance. Die wirst du eine Conversation mit einem Mensch. Or you're just curious to hear what people say about one subject. One industry, one subject. So we have advanced filtering. Es heißt mit groups, different groups. Each group has different capabilities. So essentially, you're not going into a tool. Du gehst schon an a tool finden Stamm. Du gehst dann an a Seite, targeted, filtered plots, wie ist das Business. In die kannst machen Settings. Du musst Montag, my Monday morning mode, für mich ist not Amazon. So you have a click Monday, ich habe set a setting, ich sehe nur Amazon. I can have a setting, social.
Was hat er gemacht, nehmen die Logo und was hast du genommen, die B,
Sehr
was geht
interessant.
als eine Schlange so heraus?
The bee is interessant. They hate
Funny
it,
bee.
right?
Yeah.
They hate it or they love it.
Right.
He doesn't like it.
No,
But I'll tell you, so originally we made a logo, I'm going on Fiverr, I him, we getroffen designers, a logo, getroffen the best designer, was getroffen, it wasn't $5, it was $10. Gemacht as a shine. I liked it. It was a nice logo. It was 2 chat symbols. So gemacht a B. Okay. So we were operating with that logo for about a month. And I took an email mit attachment. So stand up a funny Sache, Bizfluence logo. So Bizfluence misspelled. So wie Chilot gesagt. And there's a package, the beautiful. I love the logo. This logo. With the entire branding package.
From Fiverr?
Kommt that branding package? Die war a branding package, right? The water bottles, wie sie the employees, the website, on the app.
so the actual Sache gaat auch sein.
Exactly, fully. I'm like, what is this? Someone Yossi. Zoek ik hem...
Hello.
Wat is dit? Was het met verschillende geld? Zegt hij, no, I'm following your journey. I love what you're doing. I'm just getting into design. So zeg ik hem, when can I meet you? Zegt hij me, I have yeshiva until this month. Ik ben van Lakewood, dat is in yeshiva. 40 years old, in
He wasn't kicked
yeshiva.
out, you say.
Ja, zeg ik, okay. Bis ik kom raus, als 16 oder 17 Jahre alt, en is in yeshiva. In bijna man, kan arbeiten een beetje. Ik ben gegaan te Andira, we had a meeting, that was just later, but wat ik niet aan dus. And by the way, this, we spoke about this, the fact of someone going and taking initiative, the Z step is, die is very connected zich. You want to get connected to Elon Musk, right? Dus moet je vreemd zich kennen. Maar stiefbroeder.
Tak.
Ja. Verslacht, hè.
Het toch gewoon te zeggen?
Ik raadde, nee.
He's that type, though.
What?
He's that type.
What type?
Just Seagate boy.
That's a good boy, no? Yeah, I can see it.
Sachen, so that's
I can see it. But he's the only successful person ever to come out of Seagate, Elon Musk. And we started using his thing, and we actually brought him in on certain shares. But the point is, I gave him an initiative. He took a step. He didn't wait. Ken dich machen, wer bist du? Ken dich nicht. Imagine ich schicke mich als a 17-year-old chassidische E-Mail und ich kann mich machen $5,000.
Nochmal an Moshe.
Ich weiß nicht, wer du bist. Und ich ga ein Angebot doen und sitzt dort in einer andere room.
Ja, Yossi Zizner. Shout out. A genius in design. A real
He's a
genius. Yeah.
He's an absolute genius.
can-
Ik mag dem...
He maakt the logo. He made.
It's amazing.
He continues to do stuff. Every one of his branding, holiday Sachen, alles kommt mit das Schnitt. It's very unique. It's
Is
very
ook
unique
met
work.
dem stickel of een bie?
Ja, deze represent a gemeenschap plumbing platform.
Wat is dat pipe?
Ja.
So Yossi gemacht the design, the reingeschickt the email.
Reingeschickt
This is
email,
es,
random email,
ready,
whole package, yeah.
the mock-ups, the alles wie du kannst es implementen auf jede Sache, auf the caps,
Right.
auf the shirts, auf alles. Und wenn das gesehen bist, du gewinn, like, this is von meinem Brand, oder du bist gewinn, like, es ist Joghurt von mich. Ich meine, es ist sehr schön, it's amazing.
I loved it.
Gleich aus das
I
Liebe
thought it
gehabt.
was perfect. I thought it was perfect.
Like, eine gesehen da Vision, and it's just that angelegt in reality.
Exactly.
Well, and just...
And I put, wait, listen to this. Ich habe gemacht a poll. Ich habe ihm geschickt überall. I had people posted on this gesehen, auf LinkedIn. I had people posted on LinkedIn. A and B, my old logo, which was something very typical, and this. 99% said the old one. 99%.
Said the old one.
Yeah.
I voted for the new one.
Really? Only graphic designers voted for the new one.
We think alike.
And 99% sogar
Also
nicht
mein
sie.
Ding.
Maar niet met 99%. Maar met that's the vision. You go for it. You don't think about what anyone says.
This is so, this is amazing. 99% of people...
99% said, gewoon geteild. They said, hey, your old logo. KIT.
Das ist noch alles gewiss, was du willst. Das ist doch schon gegangen. Koiden weißt du, was der Oilem sucht. Noch der
I know what they want, but I know what I want.
Ich denke, einige sucht das.
Es ist nicht, weil ich habe Ego, you know. No, it's because I know what... If I want to go there, I have to build something for there.
Right.
Even though damals habe ich gerade gewonnen. Ich habe die Box, was Chilu redt für.
Steve Jobs hat gesucht wegen der iPhone, when er created the iPhone, hat er gesucht, ich habe gewollt createn Apps, was keiner noch nicht gewiss, was er ist. Weil wenn die bringst etwas frisch zu den Tisch, das meint, was keiner weiß noch nicht, suchst die den Customer, wo sie will. Sie weiß er noch nicht.
At least that's what he said.
99% of people liken auf Steve Jobs quotes, and es ist so wie man sagt, Rabbi YY hat gesucht, sorry, weißt du, YY, mit den Videos, Hand was ein moeilijke Video. Ich mag gesungen für sagen?
Ja.
Gesucht, als der Rambam sagt, dass wenn der Kohen Gudel hat ausgetein der Golden of Gudem, jedes bestimmt schon gesehen, was er im Gang WhatsApp. Interesting anyway. Hey, kommst du gesehen? Hast du kein WhatsApp?
Not Bizfluence.
Nee.
Der Kohen Gudel ist raus von der im Kippur ist raus von weiß du, Mädels von der Weide, hat ausgetein der Goldene Kleid, und es steht, der Rambam sagt, wie jaitze dabei so, darf rausgehen, darf heimgehen. Das ist der Wert, exactly. Halloche. Sag der Rebbe, von was darf heimgehen? Der Rebbe. Von was darf heimgehen? Kein will, so gerne Schiel. Wherever he wants to go, soll er gehen. Halloche, also müssen heimgehen. He said, when you're a big guy, or you're famous, and you're out there, and you have everyone, kein Gudel, steht sich andere, nicht famous, kein Gudel, ich will zusammen mit der Schinne, in ein Zimmer, no?
And famous.
Kein Gudel. He goes out, geht daheim, da war besuchen, nehmen wir aus der Garbage. Go. Kein Gudel, nehmen wir aus der Garbage. So as you go, you know, celebrity, this and that, guy heim. That's why he says a lot of, you know, there's big celebrities, kicks they have no family. So, but, wie ist eigentlich in der Schmiss, why?
Wegen Steve Jobs, hast du gesagt, dass...
Ja, man sagt noch, Steve Jobs, he stole the phone, the iPhone was not his.
Es ist immer stark schon gewesen, but gewinnt ein Visionary.
Ja.
Gewinnt die Technology, das gewinnt
sold it.
zusammengelegt in eine Sache. So, gearbeitet, ein Thema gearbeitet auf Development, was hat kaum gesehen, der Touchscreen Product, und einzige gewinnt auf der Touchscreen, was hat gearbeitet auf der Screen, auf der Display. So, es gewinnt zwei Sachen, was haben gearbeitet, zwei separate Teams, und es ist später zusammengelegt und verkauft der iPhone. So, even though, eine Sache hat nicht gemacht, er hat nicht gemacht, der Mouse, but gewinnt der erste, was hat verkauft die Idee von der Mouse. Es meint, nehme jenems Idee, was gemacht hat, der Mouse für Computer so können navigaten auf der Computer, und jetzt verkauft.
So, Bill Gates hat gesucht den Namek.
Denk was? Pandemic?
Ja, doch gesucht voraus. Doch gesucht voraus. Aber sagen wir es geworden, haben es gar zu lang.
Sie haben beides gemacht, gemacht auf Pandemic. Jetzt geht man rauswerfen.
Du kannst nehmen any quote von any Sache und es wegmachen, aber wenn du eine gute Quote, kann ich es besuchen, because
Ah, warte, nein, wir müssen besuchen.
Wo ist der Plan? Wo willst du umkommen mit dem?
The vision is to have a platform. LinkedIn today has 700 million users. Ich meine, letzte Quarter haben sie gemacht $15 billion gemacht in revenue. And
Das ist keine Sache.
ja,
Und du machst gerne Geld, bleib Vater, Mann, Freund. Okay? Just.
ich bleib friends, ich treffe keine friends.
Okay, good.
So the plan is to build a really super big platform. And auf jede Social Media du verschiedene andere Plattforms, du Tools, Companies, Uber, du Lyft. in this space, and ich do kein number two. I want to be the number two, and take the concept and expand it and make it a lot different. So the plan with this is to make a große big company, a big tech company.
Tomer ich mich fragen, also ein Stückchen Insight,
Ja.
was das sagt. Wie viel Menschen arbeiten in dem?
Right now, beide 9 Menschen.
Was meint beërig naam? 8,5? Oder 9,5?
Sie wendet sich auf dem Payroll der nicht.
Oh, das ist...
Du musst schon,
So we have-
Yossi is Cisner, probably,
Yossi is not,
designer, but
yeah,
it's
we're
nicht
not counting Yossi. Meaning Yossi contributes to the company a lot, but he's not a full-time employee. Ich rede von full-time employees, and some employees in Tzisroel, and all across the world, in Tunisia and Algeria. And when we get bigger, we hire bigger, more high-profile people that, top designers, top programmers, top engineers. You need thousands of employees to build something big. Maar dat is van big scale. Maar dat is jetzt machen een kleine company.
Okay, so,
Okay, so you want to build something so big, you need investors.
Of course.
Where do you go find these people?
Do it from podcast and come on viewers. So investing is very interesting. So the way it works is, I find this has to be broken up into 3 podcasts.
Okay.
Investing works like this. You come up with an idea, you have to have something. That's the bone. I feel like kleine box, Mr. Bone. That's the 10. And then you go to your friends and family and say, listen, ik wil een baxel. Ik heb een idee, ik wil wachsen de idee. Ik wil het nemen to the market. I want to go big. Ik dacht maar een geld. Okay, veel lijkt eraan geld. A friend, a family member lijkt eraan $10,000, $5,000. And you get a little money. It's called the Friends and Family Round, FFF, zo heißt es. Weißt du, de 3e F weiß ich is.
Forever.
Ja.
Fund.
Fund? Friend, family fund. Dat is toch nog gewist. Maybe I knew at some point and I forgot.
Maybe I made it up.
Could be. Friends, family funding, maybe. So it's the FFF round, and then you take that money. So let's say you raised $100,000. Typical, about 100. We did the same thing. Eine Sache habe ich gewusst. Deze gaat nooit kosten geld. Ich lege schon een penny, because ich tue dieselbe Sachen zu Tzedukah. I raised a lot of money for Tzedukah. Ich may do bragging ein bisschen.
Ja.
Nein. Ich nutze mein WhatsApp-Status und ich raise Geld. Weil ich habe geschafft. I got involved in a few organizations. See, there's a case. Today there was a mother in Lakewood, 6 kids, stage 4 cancer. Was kostet es mir gut? Ich put on my status. Now, wenn ich gebe jedem Geld, dann heißt es nicht rechnet, right? Oder Bräu. Can I show, how much am I going to give? I'll give $1 to each one, $5. But if I can use my network, and this is part of my philosophy with networking and bringing people together, and I raise a lot of money. Off the books, I finish that organizations. I sag, got this quick pay. Stop mentioning the Yidens in our beautiful community. We schickt Geld, amazing. My point is that the same thing, if you're going to build something big, and you're going to need $1 billion in funding, ich lege jetzt around $100,000, it gets me nowhere. So right away I said, I'm going to do this. It's going to take a lot of my time. Ich kann Geld lege ich nicht daran. Not because I don't believe in it. And gerade von sehr emotional. Wie sagt man emotional in Yiddish?
Sehr emotional.
Nein, sehr.
Zigecheppe, so that.
When I saw people putting in money, I said, "What? You believe in me more than I believe in me." So Mama gave me.
Übergenommen.
Nein, das ist hergisch, nur das tragisch. Was sein ist tragisch. Was sagen, ich habe beschlossen, beschlossen. Ari. Ich habe beschlossen, FLA Camp. So ich habe beschlossen.
He did his homework. He watched.
I watched. Okay, so ich ga einer von den Viewers doen, maar ik zit de miswas in de Ari zeggen. Want so Ari heb ik gewoon hooked of enk. Ari zies, but gewoon hooked of enk. En dan watch nog 2, 1,5. So I raise friends and family round, and then you go to seed. Seed, now you have to have a little bit more of a developed product. You have to have users, you have to have already a few thousand seed. Also wie man wächst da, das seed. Seed.
Oh, okay.
That's the term for this stage.
The second stage is, some people call it pre-seed, fast seed. But then once you start going out to more angel investors, the Mushel, Yoli Schwartz, Moshe Lando, Yankel Goldberger, guys say, hey, listen, I have a real estate idea, like an geld, right? So at that point, they're already, interesting, let me put in a little money.
Gib a tagger an noch nemen van Ashiram.
Ich kann fake nehmen.
Okay.
Ich sage Moshe Lando. The kids, then you get angel investors, heißt es angel investors. So malochem, they're helping you out. We started a seed crowdfund. What's a crowdfund?
Meist groot.
Kmat. Crowdfund. Das ist was teuer.
Ja.
The laws of raising money, the rules is very complicated. You can't just raise money. This is not Shomer Shabbos. You have to report everything, accounting, lawyers. So they have certain tools that are made for people that are trying to raise. There's something called the SPV, Special Purpose Vehicle. Finn have mentioned them zusammen. They each invest $10,000. You take $50,000. They company invest $50,000. Do a crowdfund. Crowdfund is you have 100, 200, 300 people on a platform. Du hast platforms. You can start aufgehen. Startup A, startup B, startup C. This one's raising for a flying car. This one's raising for organic makeup. And you can put in $100, $300. And then when you take the money, it's one investor. So we went crowdfund. We went to our community. But raised that in $50,000, whatever, from a few hundred people. That was our pre-seed. And the next is seed, where we're going to angel investors, and we're also opening another crowdfund. And Metz Hashem, the next step is VCs, which we already have lined up. In that instance, venture capitalists. Venture capitalists are the ones that are funding big companies like Uber, Airbnb, Facebook, kahina.
Okay.
That's how. And then there's a series. That's the Series A. Noch du hast Series B, Series C,
So
Series
wenn
D.
endigt sich der Investment? Wie lange Investment?
Kein Wunder. Ist da muss ich collect für das Rule.
Das endigt mich.
Exactly.
Koim gaat fahren gassen.
Aber ich habe a kitchen company.
Ja.
Und dann zieh ich mal, frage ich, wo ist das du? Ich habe verkauft alle Kitchen. Hau ihr auf. So, du ist nicht schade.
The way it works is so. Visa machen investors Geld. The company als investen in, you have to get the whole world. You have to have offices in Singapore and in Japan and in Tel Aviv, London, Visa. So even when the company is making money, you're still pushing money, pushing marketing. And you either sell the company, Salesforce, or Elon Musk, the company, private company, I get whatever, $1 billion.
En zo bleibt nog geld op een payroll.
You pay the investors, you pay the investors back, or you go public, which is the route we want to take. We do not want to be bought out no matter what. We want to go public. And when you go public, as soon as it goes on the market, all the shareholders have a certain amount of shares in the company, and then they can sell.
Wie viel shares du tun?
Shares helpen einprinten, also wie Biden. With print shares.
Oh, nice shares, okay.
I guess worth
The way it works
less,
is
each one.
the first ones are worth less, but they also get the most money on the back end, meaning they invested $1,000, the company's worth $10 million now. When it's worth $1 billion, they make even though their $10,000 is worth only $2,000 now, because what the Gnimmisha Finav Naya raises, that 2,000 becomes 1,000 times. Mm-hmm. So they can make $2 million. The early investors in the größte companies are multimillionaires.
Mm-hmm. Right.
It's kind of Chusid and WeWork, right? Nicht Moshe. Some say Chusid in Williamsburg. So it's like a visit the erste building. Was muss ich sagen?
Ich kaufe 2 shares.
Eins für ihm, eins für Sava.
2 Schieren.
But someone made a lot of money in the WeWork sale. At the end, einer hat's Google und so hat nicht gemacht. Ich weiß, das kann man nicht gezahlt. Pinklich, ich weiß, was geschehen dort. But he was from an early investor in WeWork, and when they were worth, then they crashed. But when they were worth this, technically wollte gemacht dort, ich weiß, $100 million.
Wow.
And he put him, ich weiß.
So wieso weiß man als der Company gegangen? Wo soll einer jetzt gehen und investen, let's say, thousands of dollars
Right.
für seine Company?
So it goes by every round. So the risk got a rup mehr and mehr. So like,
What's value
right
on
now
company,
we've built out very complicated architecture. The platform alone is worth a lot of money now. We can sell it to Trump's platform. Trump's platform is terrible. We can't verkaufen their platform yet for $1 million, right? Even though we only put in $500,000-$600,000.
That's like the effort and the
Because we built something.
Right.
It's like you build a house. That alone. Now, new investors come in, they already see so do our platform. So maybe our kleine box, ganze platforms, do apps, there's mobile, there's all these different things going on. And okay, first I say $10,000. $10,000, it's a half gets okay. Next round they come and they say, okay, you have 100,000 users. You're growing every day by this number. Your engagement with wie minute jeder sitzt in off the platform, which by the way for us is very high compared to other platforms.
Wie viel active users does the
Active users. So I mean we have about 15,000, a little bit more than 15,000 right now, which is very, very little, right? Mm-hmm. And our goal now for this year is to get to 100,000. By 100,000, should invest to make comfortable. Right? So Series A Lamushal, who we're already talking to big investors, they're waiting some more users. And so the risk goes down. So I in Manhattan was like daran alle riesige startups. You can't put, if Uber is raising money, ich meine gerade an invest in Uber auch. If Uber is raising money, you can't get in. Meaning they were raising money still probably a couple of years ago. The große funds can daran they had a connection, they got daran jede Sache. It's an LTD, a big businessman. But you get in at Series E, let's say, likes around $56 million, you're only getting 2 or 3 times because then it goes public.
But that's a kleiner risk. We made
but he has
risk.
A very small risk. So he knows the company's famous rate. It's worldwide. It has millions of users. I like that on $50 million. It becomes $100 million.
Harvard, so gesagt, what's it called? What's the name? Der Harvard?
Sommer.
Nein.
Naftali
Harvard, so gesagt.
Was denn
Wo? Nein, noch nicht. Er geht kommen. Er geht
kommen.
als mit dem Gemenschen geht aufkommen. Wegen dem sage ich es, wenn ich was ich kann, muss Gemenschen dann nochmal.
Start mentioning he already mentioned Trump.
And Lipa
In
der
Biden.
Gemenschen.
We should have Biden. Yeah, so what did Harvard say?
But so gesagt wegen dem Westen hat gehabt ein UPS Truck Driver, was ich in front von sein Haus und gesehen, drapt auf der Box, so hat das a smiley auf der Box und gefragt like what's this? Sagt I have noch ein paar boxes in the back. Und jeden Tag kommt sie mehr und mehr und mehr. Sagt ein Tag ich noch sehen der Logo auf meinem Truck in draußen.
The UPS driver.
Ja, at Harvard. Hat gesagt, at that moment, when I young invested in Amazon, because ich habe gesehen, it's a reality.
It's Amazon, also?
Well, ja.
Ja, it's gesagt.
Ja.
Okay.
Wow. At what point do you start making the money? Because you didn't invest a penny, you said.
Yeah, once you start, okay, obviously I'm the biggest shareholder, me and my partner, equal, right?
With money or with...
We own shares, besides with money.
I'm saying, how did... No, so you're the owner.
So how does the founder of a company, in general, wie ist es geht, right? So once you start raising millions and millions, I mean $100 million, you see the big founders of big companies, they take giant paychecks.
Mm-hmm.
You run a big company, sometimes you're not the CEO, sometimes you only have shares, the CEO makes the money. So are
you at the point where everyone's making
and your
money
investors
already?
are in charge. Once you're that big, your investors are in charge.
Right,
They
so
tell you.
I want to know, you're at the point, what point are you in?
We're at a very little point.
Is the company making money yet?
point.
Bizfluence is making money yet, though?
No, we're not monetizing yet. The minute you start monetizing, you're...
Bist auf dem Weg von deinem Public.
Nice, so. Let me say, you want to put ads on, right?
Mm-hmm.
First of all, that's the way everyone monetizes. On a platform, ads. You kill the whole experience. If you're coming from another platform, comes to here, okay, noch ads, I want you to see it.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to do something unique. So in our case, we can monetize a lot. So typically, you can monetize only once you have, like, WhatsApp. A billion users? What the users have?
And so monetize.
Oh, yes, we got like this, we got a business. They're starting now. Because if they put in ads, you wouldn't be using it. So they had one goal, users. This is the only goal you have as a platform. We are social and SaaS. SaaS is a software as a service. This is a tool, as we Trello, like ClickUp, like Zoho, like anything else that you use. QuickBooks. QuickBooks is SaaS. You pay $50 a month subscription. Mm-hmm. And so we can do this a little earlier. So we plan in 2022, Tofshin, yeah.
Tofshin 20.
Yeah. Gamma Rose Game and I put 2 products, and we're going to charge for certain use. You don't have to use it. You can use the free version, but at that point we start monetizing. But when you're building a serious company, a serious tech platform, you have to think of your burn rate. What do I say, burn rate, mate? Yeah. So your burn rate, your budget, your monthly budget has to be at minimum $100,000, $200,000 a month, minimum, and even when you start monetizing, große companies machen, $1 million a month. You're talking, if you're doing $1 million a month, you're already valued $100 million. Now, jetzt richt sich the stock market ganz anders, the ganze investment market richt sich anders, and already those crazy valuations are coming down. But typically, once a platform starts monetizing, hat es Geld.
Was du income. The company
Just
had
do
schon
income, and they look at
verlieren.
the scale, but they have to see, they look at how you're going to scale, they look at the lines, they look at the users, and they see your vision, and they say, okay, die Mensch geht gehen dorten, ich will sein dorten.
So it's when the einige Mann was at investen in WeWork, whatever.
Right.
Haben schon geladen investen in Real Estate, sie investen du,
Correct.
investen dort. Ich habe noch nicht gehört gemacht, also haben
Sie
schon
geworden
gemacht,
ein bisschen a Trend jetzt. Du, ich weiß, drei Chassidische geladen, gut, nicht so wie ich, echte gut Chassidische geladen, was reden ein besser, öfter so next episode.
No.
Von der Granschik einem.
Okay.
But es du Chassidische
Joli
geladen?
Lando?
Nein. Es du Chassidische geladen, was raisen Geld für Startups, was sind busy building tech startups. And stu gerade in the Amazon space, a bunch of Chassidische geladen was bauen startups, was maybe it won't go to $1 billion, but you're talking about real businesses. So people are starting to invest. Some gerade an eine group, a bunch of Chassidische geladen, mit ich, mich öfter dann anlassen, Moshe auch it, and it's Chassidische startups. Jeder hat ideas, fundraising.
Ich habe interessante Kasse, but let me but hear me out till the end.
Sure.
So es du zwei, es ein Kasse, but mit zwei. Die hast das Shittet. What secures you, number one, as dan Shittet, gaat nicht eintug, sagen, I'm going for myself and I'm going to do the same idea. Number two, and the second question is, a Moshe Milstein soll kommen jetzt und brainstormen a dritte, dieselbe idea.
Why are you telling me?
And oh, they schraubst.
That's a very good question. Really, it applies to every business. And Batesum, real entrepreneurs, the real deal people, visionaries that build real businesses, never ever care about competition. You only care about competition enough to know that I'm going to do it better. Ich bin jetzt gekommen von einem Event, ja? The größte heimische Amazon Event. I'm good friends with them. Ich was nicht verkehrt. ASGTG, Ed Rosenberg, it's an amazing show every year. This is the 8th year. Ich habe launched an event, Amazon event, letzte Jahr, weinige Jahr, and we are now building our next event. It's going to be the biggest Amazon event that's ever existed. Why? Weil ich kijk nicht auf jenem as this is a competition, this is eher auch it. If you have an idea, du hast a Weg, hast a mahalach, follow it all the way till the end, and that's it. There's no, so the guys stuff on the highway, and there's no exits.
Okay.
Just that electric car, you have to stop and gas. Man shittiv in some Hashems, du lawyers, du contract, this is kan,
Right.
grocery store, I got that for the next door, there's no way for him. And, in some Zai, also interessante Sache, by the way, ich habe nicht mal shittiv, was in sein schwarz in was. Okay, ich bin schwarz, is was.
Like the t-shirt.
Exactly. And which means typically, it's a gross mistake. My whole life I made this mistake. When you treff some einer, in some get the vibes, man mag get the jokes, right? Kroot is when I get the, and we got long machen a business, right? Actually I'm in business. It's the worst idea in the world because kann call in the skill sets and dieselbe. It's can beide machen jokes and some beide creative, but ich kann nicht programmen, die kann nicht programmen. So now we have to hire, now we have to pay. When you go with a shittif, go with someone who has a complete, gunish, dan family nicht dasselbe, nothing is the same.
Just take the opposite.
Opposite skill set, opposite personality. Lemushel, ich reg mich auf a vendor, right? Schick dir an email. Joel is he's a moody guy, right? He goes too cold, Lemushel. Darf ich anbringen, ein bisschen emotional, ein bisschen feeling. Ich hatte dieselbe Sache with our new company, AMZ Powwow, that's my panusa. I have a partner. I have two partners. Als moet vragen wie einer, right?
En ze hebben gelijk dat zeggen als mensen kunnen vragen questions van de upcoming guest. En einige gevraagd why Mac left Powwow.
Oh, so let me take answer the shit for a second. It's very interessant is. So, letzte Jahr noch COVID. Business was going crazy. I habe mir gesagt, you know what? Ich habe da gibt mit Events mit Sachen. Mechi Schlesinger ist man Schuchen, a blacker Weg, ich gewähne. Ik weet maar shittiv, ik weet maar schuchen. No, nog maar shittiv. Okay. And he's a sweet boy, very nice boy, Mechi. Chassidische van Monroe. En gaat pious. Ja, gergiet. You should have called him by the way. Als je mij geriefen doe. Wat denk je dat?
Had
Jiddisch. By the way, my Yiddish is okay over here.
Ja,
right?
wenn der jetzt.
Yeah, sorry.
It's as good as
I
mine.
go with English a lot.
Okay,
Okay, so I'm getroffen mit Mechi. Ich kenne ihm sagen von der Amazon Welt. We do all the events. We go to the events. Het het ook in Amazon Services. Mechi gehad during COVID had hij gehad da in zijn backyard. Der große backyard, der große square, riesige green backyard. Ja, had genommen in eine Riverside. Einer ding beten nach Teuwe zu machen a real estate event in his backyard, outdoors. Schön, I saw that. I told him, let's do a little Amazon event. Schon große Geld. A pur exhibitors, a pur vendors. Machen as a hookah, as a barbecue, Tom Service style. Bekitzer, okay, let's do it. Toen gaan we redden de film, toen gaan we plannen. Rief me gewoon een man, a yeshivish guy from Lakewood, who 3 years ago he called me, he said, hello, this is Joel. Yeah. You're busy with Amazon events, you speak at events. Yeah. Can you help me? I want to make an event for Hope Organization. So, was heißt, ich bin kein Party planner. What do you mean, Hope Organization? Ich will machen ein Amazon event. Hope is as a, ich kann Tam Shabbos, they raise money for one-time needs in a family. I thought there's a sick, krank, accident, jail, whatever. We support the family for as a one-time Zach. So, they want to do an Amazon event. Verstehe nicht. Amazon event, wie sie geht das? Macht ein Concert für Tzedukah, er will machen ein Business Trade Show für Tzedukah. Schön. Ich meinte ein bisschen Mischige. But I said, why not? So, ich war gesetzt mit dem. Und mit unserem Plan, we did an event, purely for Tzedukah, big event, we got speakers, we got exhibits. Schön. Ich habe vergessen wegen dem Ganzen. Okay? And 3 years later, he calls me, I hear you're trying to do another event. I also wanted to do another Hope event. Laat me raus definieren. Ik wil maar gaan voor dat. Laat me gaan voor de Hope event. And he said, I don't know. See, I said, listen, ik wil niet wegnemen van het stukje gewoon, but ik mag jetzt een event. You want to join me? So he says, I already have sponsors that want to. They had a good business event. It was a good event. They want to come back and spend money. I said, let's go. I said, okay, can we do it massive for Hope? I said, sure, no problem. So we built our first event. The ganze point was what rausbringen do is eine was is a man industry chassidische man. He's a little bit like me, he likes to have fun, but he has very different skill sets. Noch dem kimme de yeshivische a salesman redt sich gut also I want you to be $100,000 sponsor. No, why? It's too much? Why? And he fundraises the same way also. And he's fantastic. It's motivating. He sees the money and he goes after it.
He's ambitious.
Very ambitious. Good. He got a sach tzedukah and that's his thing. Very simple guy. I pushed him out. But he's got also very different skills. He's a salesman. He's a good salesman. So the three of us got together. We made an event in Lakewood. It's been a smashing success. 3 Jahre später, we did an event in Florida. 1,000 people. 70 booths, speech, 16 speeches every 30 minutes on the dot, even a speech, music, parties, DJ, hookah bars, with cigars, with steaks. There's a full-fledged event. And we were in business, and we did another event, and now we're planning even bigger event in Florida. But also, Shitrim, 3 partners that each one has a completely different role. And from there, 2 months ago, we started another business. We help Amazon sellers. We willen verkaufen de businesses. It's a neue Sache. Se hinkt etwas hinter jetzt. Sie gehen sehr schnell rauf und herab. But it's noch a riesige industry. Amazon sellers. You heard about this? Aggregators.
Flippers?
In the companies AMZ Flippers.
Okay.
Als je gaat van aggregators.
Aggregators.
Ze komen, ze kaufen, als je gaat, Jankel hat verkauft de business voor 100 miljoen, 80 miljoen, 60 miljoen. They come around and they buy your company and they buy 100, 200 companies and they raised billions and billions of dollars. As if Trump said, billions and billions. One company raised $5.6 billion last year. And that's going in the größte, wie sagt man supporters in Yiddish? Stitzes, the größte Stitzes. They poured in money. But, so we said, was bringen Sie jetzt a show und bringen the sellers, dann machen Geld auf the transaction. So we started a company for that.
Zurück zu meiner question, ich habe
Yeah.
gefragt.
So.
Gerne gefragt,
Ich habe
why
tried to
Mac?
avoid that question.
Okay.
So
Sorry.
interessante Sache.
Teach you.
Before our last event, which we made a special event, it was called the Aggregator Show. And so we gemacht for their companies, their $1 billion companies, was Kim and Kaufen sellers. Und sie mussten uns gerne anbringen 250 Amazon sellers, Raab von der heimische Welt, aber auch von der ganzen Welt. Indians, people from all over. And we got introducing a shine show, meeting spaces, lounges, breakfast, lunch, speeches, entertainment. We got eine von the Sharks, von Shark.
Für was hat Mac rausgegangen?
Oh, so Kitze, Friday show. Ich try to pushen. Friday show, Mac is a Z-single. Ja, Mac, Moscow, ich hatte sehr lieb. In Mac is called first Yiddish. So when I schreibt auf English, he's a writer also. And he spends a lot of time nimmt da as I thought. And jeder Post, was uns machen für the event, usually hat es a format, kommt da raus mit der graphic, ins pushen the Mushla raus jeden Tag of neue sponsors, neue exhibitors. The Mushla is just a kick, you know, proud to announce, you know, and so down to because and this goes on the, what?
I'll put it up on the screen after.
Whatever. Okay. And this goes on to a post, the Mishrab, this sponsor. Usually it's a format. As in Ishville. Ein Nacht, the Mag decided, schickt er aus a post. It's very funny in Yiddish gerade. In English, so it came out the wrong way. In politics, but he didn't mean it. But it was the wrong timing. So again, by the Russia war. And so he came up a post. Also, from left field. Dies gesehen. Schein. Ich hoffe, nicht anbringen zu mich. Bist du mir nicht? Gut ist gemeint. Is a Süßigkeit von einem. And what happened was, they post, wenn ich sage viral, ich meine nicht viral, weiß Jonas und Schwarz CD, ich werde viral. It went on to Reddit, du weißt doch nicht, was Reddit meint, it went on to every platform in the world. Millions and millions and millions of views. Ich meine, es a certain Zeit von der Chodesh, fahr am Melchome, mit schreiben pinklich wuss. It was the wrong post, and it's gut nicht gemeint. And it was attached to the business. It said, powwow. Sure. Bekitzer, we were, next morning, ich rief Mac, weg zich auf. En finished the phone fahren davon. Kein nicht.
Oh, wow.
Ich habe einen Arbeit in 6 Tagen in der Früh, Mac kommt daran, 39, Frühstück, was sitzt sich, ja. Und ich rief sein Haus, kann ich ein Hausnummer, für das Stück ein Hausnummer, rief sein Raab. In the shower, nimm mal raus von der Shower. 5 Minuten später, was geht? In the shower. Oh, ich verstehe es, ich meine, nimm mal raus von der Shower. And the kids said, what's getauscht? But in the meantime, is gewesen, we started getting calls. Ein Exhibit of the zweite, we're backing out. Schau, das Mac, Michiel ist gewollt, we are sad to announce that we're firing Mac, suspending Mac. We condemn this. Was no sensitivity. Was sorry. We let him go. We had an event 5 days later, which we spent $500,000 on, and this one's backing out, that one's backing out. So this at least helped us that we said, listen, we can fire it. In the meantime, they got it in the back. Bekitzer, weil aber sag sie das Schingelad, weiß nicht der Masse. In zij vragen me wie is Mac. Ik was ook niet spinkelig. Ze meinen, als ik hem rausgeworfen, Mac is fully apart from the business. And that's what happened. And jetzt kommt von der nächsten Show kommt als exhibitor. De andere shit, we moesten met zijn overheid reden, maar het is geen Jiddisch. Dat is vaak van Lakewood, dat is geen ahnung, was wir da doen. So.
Don't worry, I got kleine Jiddisch daar op de podcast.
Ik heb verstaan de nummer Mac. En ook Steve Jobs.
Hast du Jiddisch Raum von Mac?
Mechi.
So sag Mechi, so geht er nicht wissen.
Wer?
Der Litwische Schittef.
So they show got the Kimmel als exhibit, make the Kimmel als das. The funny Sache is, the aggregator was got that problem with, was a back in the rows, the industry guide, sie geht nicht schluffen, but they haven't raised billions of dollars, jetzt der Westen sagen, okay, wie das? Ja, Uncle gemacht $80 million, gekauft sein Business, but the business, it doesn't work the same way, so they have to reevaluate, so a lot of them are falling apart, because in some shows their problem, but find out under the sponsors, we didn't want to show them, they're mostly goyish, we didn't want to show them, we put them out, we're taking them right back, noch next event kommt er zurück, and that's it.
Ja, so kein so nicht wissen situation.
We had to do what we had to do.
That was a packed question, I want a packed answer.
Loaded.
So, wie bist du umgekommen zu sein am Aschgich in Teil die Yeshiva?
What? Who told you this?
In some get research.
Look at that.
Schön, okay. Chaim Blau.
In my yeshivas,
Ja.
the mashgiach was the one who did powwow.
Ja.
So
Ich bin am Schgier, I was very
you got it. Look at
Hallo,
that.
ist jetzt gehabt?
Nein!
Hat geschlafen.
Man muss hier vielleicht geben, also
Das hat er
auf dem
vergeben.
Weg zurück. Nein, und auf dem Weg zurück, ich geflogen von dir.
Yem to the wow.
Weißt du?
In English it's called a pow and a wow.
A powwow. In China, a powwow.
Ja.
So yeah.
So, wir gehen mal gehen in Zeit für was?
Ich bin am Schgier, nein, Schiebe, ja. Puyo zurück.
Mit der Summit.
Heute haben der
Genau,
Gerrit.
muss hier.
Ich das muss gehen, so ich bin am Schgier, schön. Das einzige Schiebe.
Who's die
Ich
Schiebe?
mach schon so von der
Eine von
Schiebe.
der Sachen,
So gaan winden gerade.
eine von der Talmiden von der Yeshiva.
Ja.
Aber ich sage eigentlich schon, ich frage uns auf dem Podcast.
Was steht da auf Instagram? Haben wir gebeten.
Nein, WhatsApp.
WhatsApp?
Hi.
Mein Tate tun am Schiebe, mein Tate ist ein größer Rab Hirsch Talmud. Du weißt, wer Rab Hirsch ist, oder?
Ja.
Schön. In Teurem der Geritz von Frankfurt.
Shamshan full.
Was?
Shamshan full.
Ja.
Okay.
Das ist and this is by the in the 50s it ungeheuer mamisch nor busy gave up his business and busy helping teen days jens. Die gave von Yeshiva Bochum, zum sagen bald, dass Bochum wenn rausgeworfen von Yeshiva bei der 14 der 15 sitzen auf 13th Avenue mit 30 mit andere avenues auch. And he opened the yeshiva, a small yeshiva. You want a gross yeshiva. Well, 8, 10 Bochum, he doesn't care about anything, he just wants to take care of them. Stay in yeshiva, have a good time, learn 3 minutes a tug, and that's it. So I helped out. I was gefahren dort in Catskills, and I was going with the boys here and there. So a couple of days a week, I helped out. About 6 years ago or so.
Wow.
And you got a title mashgiach. Look at that.
Yeah.
So du kannst lang da resume, wusstest du den
Ich ging an der Wasser hin mit damals, pushet, weißt, Yeshiva, you know. Eine von der Sachen, mit man Tate gewollt sind kein geherig ungetein, which I didn't necessarily agree with, but in a way, ich sehe, Sache von der Bucher am Hand, sind Gassen gehad, no, ich kann bombs, normal, meaning, geherig, you know, almost.
Aus dem gehalten in einem Circle, aus dem gehalten in einem Dos, nicht anders.
Yeah, exactly.
How do you handle feedback?
Feedback? I love feedback. I used to hate feedback because I used to think I was smarter than anyone else, which is why I didn't accomplish anything in my life. Ich denke, ich komme zwei eingeladen kann Montreal. Also ich traf in draußen von Chilu. Ich sehe dich eingeladen, sind Teen etwas in Healthcare and Medical Devices, etwas was ich getan. Dachte mir, sie haben gesagt, ein größer Business. Ich wusste, ich traf in draußen, wir tun am Schmissen. Ich wusste, when I'm sales defense, ich habe ein Business. Ein kleiner Business. Ich kann droppen die ganze Business und arbeiten für sie. Das wollte ich gemacht. So, I was never very good in accepting feedback or the new ideas. Ich hatte mal Sachen, das ist gegangen. And these days, especially wenn ich baue a platform that it's about everyone else, not about me. Ich poste keine Videos dort and pictures. People say, hey, why don't you post any more videos? Like ein Video a Woche, like drauf. Komm. So, I started really faking first for people, and then it becomes real. You start caring what people say, and you start, man hat trachten, weißt, so these days I take feedback very well, but it took me many years to take feedback well.
Is there a way to get into that space, Moshe? Like someone throws something at you as a feedback, as a criticism.
Ich halte aber, darf sich im Leben darf man sich Gitarre klappen. You have to have some fails. I had plenty of fails in my life. And it automatically humbles you. Du wirst alles kappelig machen. Ja, die Strammel. Alles kappelig machen. And you change. You start seeing things new. And I think when you do that, kannst du bis nach eine bessere Position helfen anderen Menschen, because die verstehst sei pinklich. And you can build better things. You can do better things because die kannst nehmen Advice and die kannst sehen andere perspectives.
Bittel in the business world.
Ja.
So man sagt, also jede Gäste, die bringen wir auf die Show, beten mir immer so geben a closing argument. Meaning, a Sache, was dir experience in deinem Leben, und a Sache, was du wisst, als deine Listeners, was jetzt ausgewatcht dem Show für eine Schuhzeit, an der Dalm Schuh, so rausnehmen etwas von dem. So give us a 60-second uninterrupted inspirational message.
Ich mach Zigaretten, ich darf noch Zigaretten.
Der Sache ist nicht so an Zigaretten. Muss schon, sei fragen, meaningful minute. People, sei fragen, was ist dein favorite mitzvah?
Okay, was ist dein favorite mitzvah? Kann ich reden? Was heißt?
Favorite mitzvah?
So let's get that also.
Lila Vanessri, was heißt, ich starbe für mein Lila Vanessri?
Die suchst all mit zwas Lila oder all mit zwei Lila?
Or on mitzvahs.
All mit zwas oder all mit zwei?
Die meist der jetzt tut's zusammen, oder? Das was mein letzter.
No, that's a big question.
Ich wundere so eine Sache, also one thing that I always go back to, few things. Kein call, most people spend their entire lives, so I'm just aning wer sei sein, man getouched auf them. You don't know who you are. If you don't know who you are, you can't live a productive life. My parents were wonderful parents, they did the best job, but business was is going to Weg zu machen Geld. Man hat gegangen, did anything and everything to make money. Before his business built up, hat gedreift a bus. While, is rausgegangen mit free von Seagate, geparkt the bus in Seagate, gefuhren von Above. For was? Well, in gegangen above. The bus, darf uns nehmen to school anyway, so we can transportation, got in and named the bus. And then he came back, he worked on his business, and then he went back and picked us up, and he worked back on his business. But business, ich meine, am Zies zu machen Geld, that's it. The old-fashioned business people, I feel the größte, really, them gebot empires, eigentlich leben jetzt in the Geld. Some gold making geld. They didn't care about nothing. Building gunish the seat. Today, we're learning that if you put yourself into something that you're passionate about, that likes Saharan epis, and was the bezgit, was the teugst, kannst du succeeden. Stell dir vor, ein Singer, weiß nicht, keiner sucht mich, singt Schein. Also sagen du, solche Menschen, was no one ever told them, die singt Schein. Weiß nicht, Match mit David, vielleicht arbeiten in a travel agency, was an Tate, whatever. En seine von sie mich getan, mich dann sagen, andere sagen. Hat sie in einer Bungalow kann nicht zusammen. Ja, hat uns der Masse. Hat ihm rausgeschleppt von der Bungalow. Matze Shabbos Nacht mit gehangen Signs. Hat ihm gegeben der Nummer Match mit David. Heißt David Singer von Borough Park. He made him his name. Damals gemacht das sein. Geht singen in der Bungalow kann singen auf a choir. Hier ist hat ich singen. So gewiss der kann singen. Gewinn shy. So it was geschleppt, mamish, they came to it's herangelagt in some bungalow. And they came and pulled him out of his bungalow, literally. It gechallished. Also, he was so nervous. Gang singen. But if not, stell dir vor, keine sucht mich zu singen. Arbeite in a travel agency, bis es Ziege gemacht, wird gearbeitet dort in the music store, und gut nicht. Point is that you need to know, if you're out there and you're watching this and you don't know what your talents are, als ich ahnung, was Talenten die hast, was personality die hast, was skill sets, was Starkheit. Ask people, frag deine Mama, frag deine Brüder, frag deine Cousin. Kijk mich an, was bin ich, wie stehe ich, was siehst du mich hin? And lean into that all the way. Verstehst du, man, ja? Yeah, okay. So that's one big lesson. And the other thing is, if you really want to build something big, darfst du kicken auf Scale. Darfst du sehen, ich stehe du hart, ich habe an dort morgen. Morgen oder in 10 Jahren. But that's where I'm going. And every step I'm taking right now is a brick that I'm building. Du was watching noch friends, family that like größere Redner. But this is a philosophy. This is nicht, I'm not here to teach anyone anything. This is my philosophy that when I take an action today, I'm only going to take this action if I know this action can be multiplied tausende Mal. So dann mache ich ein Event mit 20 Menschen. Tierches, weil ich weiß, als nächstes Jahr oder in 2 und 3 kann ich machen ein Event mit 3000 Menschen. Same thing with the platform. I'm building a platform. Every step I take is with the idea that there's going to be millions of people doing this action. So, Toma de action macht keinen Sinn, bis es ana so. Idee 15,000 Menschen macht keinen Chilik. You have to build for scale. That's it. If you want to build a podcast, in Toma weiß da, als die erste Episode gehen, sie hier in 100 Heimischieden von Wilhelmsburg, but die wisst, jede in der ganzen Welt, a film in Israel, a film in Spain, mit Subtitles. By the way, du weißt, dass du a YouTube-Channel in Israel, heißt Bardak. It's the funniest from skits, professional, the most professional from thing you've ever seen. Hast du gesehen, der Bardak? Bardak.
Tus lawyer.
Ich schick that email, so you're going to like it off English subtitles. You're going to get 10 times the amount of views. point is that when the Bose Day podcast, yes, die weiß, dass du mehr 100 views. Ich meine, das ist keine gute Sache, sie gehen sehr schnell, but you have to build it in a way that's going to go all the way. Es macht a beautiful podcast studio because it's fit for Elon Musk. Man Steve, the kind of Shikima do, andere Bankel. Appreciate you having me. I know it was a long time back and forth, but erste Mal gegangen, rausgegangen, ran in a podcast, getein a 1000 Zoom. This is real. I love it. Real energy.
Thank you. En schkoich van naar kommen.
Thank you.
Sehr gesund.
Schkoich. Jetzt kann ich mich sehen, by the way.
Zet van de camera.
Weg, der? Oh, der?
Ja,
Sorry.
Zet van alle ganzen Zeit. So, decide welke enkele wilde.
Wer, het
De editor.
Ah, okay.
Wat van ik wil reden, dat ik gezegd, verstehst?
Ich meine, das ist interessant für die Audience, verstehen, wie so die
ja,
Camera,
aber
die
man darf
Mics.
auch gappen von dieser, was ich keine Ahnung, was die sich hier noch da.
So
The audience is there, by the way. Es ist in some der zweite Mal Audience.
Zweite Mal Audience.